Hello and welcome to another New World video. This video is a dye guide and farming route for Cyan Pigment, which is located in Reekwater. We will review all things dye, as well as what is the best route/routes to gather the Cyan Pigment. Please also keep in mind that anytime you need to jump around in this video, there are timestamps in the description below. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this color pigment farming guide. What are dyes used for? Well, dyes are a color variant for your armor. They make your armor look very interesting. Now, one thing to note is dyes do not apply to skins from the store. They only work on the original armor piece. Hopefully this will be changed by Amazon down the road. However, there are 4 different slots for coloring your armor. These options are primary, secondary, accent, and tint. How to make a dye. In New World, the dye crafting system is located in the kitchen. So go ahead and make your way to a hamlet. Go to the kitchen, open up the menu, and scroll down until you reach the dyes. There are 3 things to consider before crafting. The first being, what is the tier of the kitchen you're using? Second, what is your cooking level? And third, do you have the required resources? These are all factors when determining what type of dyes you can create. Now, as you probably noticed, it takes more than one type of pigment to make a specific color. If you have the required materials, go ahead and craft a dye. How to equip a dye. So now you know what dyes are used for and how to make a dye. So finally, how do we equip these dyes? Well, first, open up your inventory and then select the gear piece that you would like to dye by clicking on the gear piece and going down to dye. Now you'll see the 4 slots we talked about earlier: primary, secondary, accent, and tint, and these are all in correspondence to the gear piece next to it. Now take note that not all gear pieces can be dyed, and not all of them have all 4 slots. So what I would recommend is click the drop down menu, select the color that you would like to preview, and check out the gear pieces, try some new styles, have some fun, play around with it, see what the accents do, see what the tints do, and of course, if you're enjoying the setup you have, please leave it in the comment and help the community try some new styles. Alright, let's get into the route here. So, taking a look at the map, we are going to start at Reekwater Hamlet. Follow the path I've outlined with the cyan arrows. Now, this is a high level zone and a few of the pigment can be dangerous, so be aware of that and come prepared, of course. Now, I assure you that if you follow this route, in no time, you will be on your way to farming that cyan pigment. Speaking of which, here we are at the first node. Alright guys, so one thing to note is if there's a corruption zone, this one won't be here. So if there is, skip it. If there isn't, go ahead and collect it, move on to the third node. Alright, so when you're looking to grab this Prisma Bloom node, it can be quite dangerous. So if you have a lot of ads following you, run up to this spot, jump up, and make sure that you lay down so the archers can't attack you. Now, of course, you can just pop out and kill these guys, but if you don't want to, follow that route, grab this Prisma Bloom, and carry on. And after a short walk, here we are at the next Cyan Prismabloom node. Here we are at the next Prismabloom node. Go ahead and collect this Cyan pigment and carry on with the route. Excellent. Here we are literally on the edge of the map. Go ahead and collect this Prismabloom node and carry on with the route. There is only 3 more Prismablooms that remain. Alright, this one is super easy to grab. Just go ahead and yoink this Cyan Prismabloom and dip. Alright, so as you can see, this Cyan Prisma Bloom node is actually glitched inside of this tree. I don't even know how this tree got put here. This is absolutely a bug. So went ahead and submitted my feedback on this. If for some reason this tree is not on your server, let me know. I'm very curious. But as of right now, I am unable to obtain this cyan pigment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another farming route. On this farming route, we were collecting cyan Prisma Bloom nodes in Reekwater. Reekwater also has a lot of valuable resources, ranging from wire weave to weird wood to ironwood, and of course all of those tier 3 chests that are strung out throughout Reekwater. If you'd like me to make you a video on how to collect those tier 3 chests, please let me know in the comments. I had an absolute pleasure today. This video was a blast. If you enjoyed it, consider doing all that fun YouTube stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you very soon.